هور محمد المملوك مبيبي. رما ناحد الجفاري 1000 jaar. ريتا عبد الرحمن شباب 9 jaar. سارة نضال البنا 9 jaar. سامة ناصر أبو وردة 9 jaar. شارف أيمان هراز 9 jaar. عابد الحميد محمود زينو 16 jaar. عبد الله محمد حسونة 4 jaar. عمر عبد الله الودية 6 jaar. فراح محمد اللمداني 1000 jaar. نارا نبيل القنفود 7 jaar. ماريا أحمد بستان 1 jaar. محمد إياد كشتاح 1000 jaar. محمد عماد أبو دغيم 13 jaar. محمود شادي برود 14 jaar.
Obaida Ahmed Kuneta 5 jaar. Omar Mohammed Al-Krans 13 jaar. Farah Mohammed Al-Ghati 12 jaar oud.
يوسف نعيل السحلوت 6 jaar. أحمد حسان حسونة 1000 jaar. أنما أودي أبو راس 6 jaar. إلياس محمد ترتاح 5 jaar. إسماعيل سمير أبو الخير 14 jaar. بكر أيمن دابس 10 jaar. جابر عابد الجابر أبو قوسم 2 jaar. جوليا محمد أبو عاصم 2 jaar. هور عمار العزيز مبيبي.
So what would you say is the difference between Zionism and Judaism? Is there a difference?
Well, there certainly is a difference between Judaism and Zionism. They're both very big subjects. I mean, Judaism includes both the religion and the culture, thousands of years of it. Zionism, as I understand it, in the modern world, is specifically the idea that there should be a so-called Jewish state in Palestine.
Completely.
And they're different things.
Well, Zionism is a political movement, and Judaism is a religion.
Yeah, of course. Judaism is a religion, very distinctive. We're quite idiosyncratic in our practice, but we're very varied from community to community. Zionism is a political ideology that is really an offshoot from white supremacist culture in Europe. From white supremacist culture. That's it.
It's totally different.
Totally different.
Zionism is nationalism. There's loads of Jews, but we feel our homes are in the countries we live in. Zionism is a nationalism. It's a completely different thing.
A very big difference, yes. Judaism is the religion, and Zionism is the political program of the colonial project in Palestine.
Judaism is Jewish religion, and of course there are a whole number of different forms of that religion, from very orthodox to very progressive liberal Judaism and so on. And that's about belief in God and the Torah, the Jewish Bible. Zionism originated as a political movement. It's a Jewish nationalist movement.
So for the ones that claim that talking about against Zionism is anti-Semitic,
Yes.
what would you respond to that?
Well, it's simply completely untrue. They're completely different things. That being Jewish, being a supporter of a
Yes.
particular political system,
Yes.
these are just different things. The question of whether someone who is very anti-Israel, anti-Zionist, is anti-Semitic or not is an interesting one, but it's basically, again, a political.
Yes.
I would say that there is no relationship.
No relationship.
I wouldn't make the conflation
You
between
wouldn't?
anti-Zionism, anti-Judaism, and anti-Semitism.
I see.
I think that this is a strategy to divert the discussion from the real issue. Strategy to divert the discussion.
That's
I think that it's a manufactured, phenomenon. It's a manufactured phenomenon.
Okay.
Well, no, because that's used as a way of tarring and smearing people who you don't like and whose ideology you don't like, and it's a commonly used smear, particularly against people on the left. So no, I don't accept that, because the thing is that Zionist, like when you say you're an anti-Zionist, you're not saying you're anti-Israeli, you're not saying you're anti-Jew, you're saying you're anti-apartheid, anti-racist, anti-racist. You know, like as we would, like my family were in South Africa, so I can speak to that. And I know black people who, before the blockade of Gaza, went to Gaza and they said it was worse than living under apartheid. Worse than living under apartheid.
Well, this is a fairly recent thing because they're using Jews to justify what they're doing. And it's just a few loud ones, the Board of Deputies, the Jewish Chronicle, they're all in hock with the Israelis anyway, representing Israel. And it suits them to say that we all feel this, and we just don't. And it suits the government, it suits the Labour Party.
Thank you.
You know what? Sorry, can I say to you?
Yes.
There was a Labour MP called Gerald Kaufman. If you Google a speech of his, get on WhatsApp, on YouTube.
Yeah.
He made a speech 10 years ago in Parliament, the last time that Israel attacked Gaza. He's a Jew and he wasn't even a left-wing Jew, and he's really worth Gerald Kaufman.
Well, this has always been the strategy of the Zionists, is to hijack Judaism for their own purposes. It has nothing to do with being anti-Semitic. In fact, Zionists are anti-Semitic. They are besmirching the name of Jews. They are encouraging anti-Semitism by behaving in the most disgraceful fashion, by conducting this genocide. It actually puts all Jews at risk, because if they say, and they do, that all Jews are Zionists, it gives license to other people to hate Jews.
What would your message to be to the ones on the fence, kind of worried about coming out and speaking up against Zionism?
Whenever your nation, your community is supporting a war, there will always be people who will say you're a traitor to the cause, you will be aggressive and even violent at times. And I just think it is a responsibility of everyone to oppose war at all times, because war is barbarism, it destroys everything, and we need to abolish it as soon as possible.
First of all, I would recommend that they read the book by the Jewish Israeli historian Shlomo Zahn called The Invention of the Jewish People. After they read it, they can make up their mind.
I think we should learn the lessons of our own history, and we should not, the one thing we shouldn't do is do it to other people. That leader of the Warsaw Ghetto Rising said always, never with the oppressors, always with the oppressed. Never with the oppressors, always with the oppressed. And they should learn that from our history.
I would say to them, the blowback is exaggerated, number one. But number two, this is a very important time in our history. If we cannot stand up now for humanity, for human rights, for decency, and so on, when will we ever do that? It is a rich part of Jewish tradition to stand up for the oppressed and to fight for freedom and liberation and justice. And if you can't do it now in the middle of a genocide in the country that you call your own, there is no other time to do it. And I would say to all other Jews, look into your hearts, examine where you are, and speak up, Tell this racist Zionist government in Israel to just get lost, step down and step aside, and let's have a democratic state in Israel, Palestine, with rights for everybody.
And finally, final question. The general public they're not Jewish, they're not from the area, they think, oh, this has been going for thousands of years, we don't know, we'll stay on the fence.
It's not true. Historically, it is not true. I mean, Israel as a political entity was created with the support of the British Empire. So it hasn't been gone for thousands of years. So the British public, of all publics, has the responsibility to oppose the genocide. The British public, of all publics.
It takes a bit of courage in Britain today for anyone to oppose what is happening in Gaza, because the media and the politicians are making us all out to be anti-Semites, we're dangerous extremists. People have been arrested on these demonstrations for saying pretty harmless things. And I think all of us need to be a little courageous in speaking out against genocide.
Fantastic.
Send me